This is the Live Well and Thrive podcast, hosted by Michael Torsha, health and wellness expert. It's time to shape up, America.
Hi, this is Mike Torsha. Welcome to Live Well and Thrive. I have two very, very special guests, Kavita, Channe.
Yes, thank you, Mike Torsha.
And Marcy, Mascara.
So good.
Correct.
Yes, thank you, Mike.
Okay, so Kavita wears a lot of hats like I do.
I love your hat today, by the way.
Thank you. This was the Rocky hat from
Yeah, I was
the
going to
Rocky
say,
movies.
It's cool.
But what I wanted to share with the audience is that we met because you had the Diva Dining Show, whatever it was, that you're in recently. But you've been an anchor for different sporting events. You've hosted many shows. A woman of many trades. You have this beautiful wine, the Channe wine.
Well, thank you.
And vineyard, so I'm very impressed. So I love the fact you're such an entrepreneur. And the show, of course, is about living well and thriving. And I feel that having a beautiful glass of wine with a meal it complements the meal. And maybe some people feel, well, alcohol isn't good for you. But you know what? If you live your life depriving yourself of these little beautiful beverages, what good is living life without those little things, So, but also Marcy has her own yoga studio in Boca, Florida. And we're going to touch on some of the health tips that you can share with us today. So first, I'd love for you to share your story. Now, you're in, South Beach?
Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, Fort Lauderdale.
Yes. A little more calm than Miami.
Right.
Go to Miami for a lot of events and things like that, shooting, but get out of there. Kind of like Santa Monica and West LA, right?
Yeah. So how did this all begin with the wine, with the hosting? What did you go to school for when you were younger? What did you study?
It's funny. I studied broadcasting and business, and that's what I'm doing. But it's funny because I have two kids. I have a 4 and a 6-year-old, and it's like what kids tell you they want to do when they're little, that's really what they want to do.
Right.
Like a lot of times, and I feel like our generation, we're more open to hearing what our kids want to do and not shunning them and making them feel like, oh, you can't do that. But I feel like when we were kids, like we would say what we want to do, and our parents are like, no, you're gonna be a doctor or an attorney, or do something that makes money, do something where you can climb your way up the corporate ladder. But I would literally I would take my little, I'm gonna age myself, but I have like my little radio and my microphone that I plugged in it, like a boom box, and I would just read things and just love to hear my voice played back. And I wanted to practice my enunciations, and I always thought I wanted to speak. Like that's what I want to speak for a living. And, I tried to do other things on the way after college, and nothing stuck. And the only thing that stuck was when doing what I wanted to do when I was little. And that was, I would, interview for jobs. You worked in pharmaceutical sales when we were little. Mm-hmm. I tried to interview for that, and I'd always make it to the last interview. And then they'd be like, sorry, this is not for you. Like, you look like you would leave the company in a year, like you'd be bored.
Yeah.
And they were right.
They're probably right, yeah.
They're right. That's the universe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'd I'd go on an audition and, would get some, not get some, but eventually it worked out. Hosting was what I did.
But I love your outfit, the colors.
thanks.
It's vibrant. Like when I went to the restaurant where you were filming your show, I saw your other colleagues, the way they were dressed. But the way you dress, I felt like I was back in South Beach and by a beachside cafe having a pina colada, and you made me have a very good flashback of my younger days when I would go out to South Beach. But I love the color, the cut. You have this beautiful body. The material just fits you, but it's very elegant. It's very classy. Sexy.
Thanks.
And you just stood out with your person. It goes with your personality.
Well, I'll tell the designer, because this is the same designer that I wore the other day, but a different outfit.
Who's the designer?
I think it's called, can you see? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like X1X Palm. But it's funny, I wore her. X1X Palm. They're based out of Hawaii, and it's female owned. So cute. X1X Palms. And they're based out of Hawaii. So I wore the dress the day I met you, and then we went to an event, and I got photos on the red carpet, and I posted it and tagged them. And the lady was like, oh my gosh, you made my week. She was so excited. And I said, well, I'm not done. So I have 4 dresses that I bought from you, and I brought them to LA. I know it's cold here. Everyone's making fun of me. I have my little sweater here, but I'm going to bring some of the tropical Hawaii to LA because we need to change it up.
Oh,
right?
it's 100%. Well, listen, it's chilly now because of the time of the year. But in the summertime, like from May through September, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
And you can wear an outfit like that. Even if you just wore the top and wore some cool jeans,
Like
I mean,
jeans
you
or
can mix and match.
With a little jacket.
Right,
or
yeah,
whatever.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I miss it because that was the kind of fun clothing and colors. It's not just the cut, it's the colors.
Colors.
You know, the multiple colors.
Vibrant and just
Right.
bright and just playful and fun. It does that's why I like it. It brings me back to like being on an island or something.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you notice a lot of women when you go out, especially Craig's tonight, you're going to see like colors, but they're more darker. There's no pastels. There's not multicolors. It's almost like corporate.
I know.
It's kind of scary.
I know.
It's
I'm
not
all
as-
about the bright colors and the neons. I've been wearing this nail polish since 2015. She knows.
Yes.
Everyone's like, when are you going to swap it? I'm like, but this is like spring break orange. It reminds me of like when people would wear like orange, like little string bikinis, like to spring break, and they would be very tan. So this is my...
So I know you're all covered, but I can tell that you have a killer body.
Oh my God.
So you've been training together while you're here?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me what you've been doing to kick her butt.
We haven't really. I think we were exaggerating a little bit.
No.
But my friend owns the yoga studio here. It's called Camp. So they have multiple modalities in the same complex. So it's like sculpt, yoga, cycling. It's a very cool property. So we went to yoga last night, but it's different. Yoga can mean different things for different people, and I like to just say that it's movement because it's changed. It's not, and it's evolved, and that's with everything, right? So this is modern yoga. So it's like there was different movements that he was doing, and I love
He would
that
love
kind
it.
of stuff. So it inspires me to take back and then go home and like, okay, wait, we aren't doing this. They aren't doing this in Florida. This is an LA thing.
I
So,
told you. For me, I can't do a 75-minute class.
Oh, no.
This was a 75-minute
yeah,
class.
she was done.
After 60 minutes, my body, and I didn't know the time, but my body was like, I need to leave.
And some people are like that. They're like, I don't want anything longer than and the market does. It doesn't seem like people want those longer classes, but it's hard to get everything in 60 minutes.
But
I think.
today, the Pilates was a 50-minute class, and that was
different, though,
amazing.
'cause
It kicked our butt, and it was short. I
Yeah.
like that.
Well,
Do you practice?
Well, here's the thing. I prefer more of a condensed workout and do it intensely
Yeah.
and do something else because my personality, I like to do a lot of different things.
Right.
Same.
Like if I do Pilates, if I do yoga, or if I do weights or whatever I may be doing,
Right.
I only do a little bit of time. I myself am not a Pilates guy. I'm putting that out there.
Okay.
Give you the best abs you've ever seen.
No, I know, but here's the thing: is so there was this first time I trained Al Pacino. My little running joke with everybody is that when he had me first meet him at the Shutters Hotel in Santa Monica, we sat on the terrace on this big penthouse he had, and this is the first time I had met him, and he was like, "Well, Mike, my wife Beverly at the time was married to Beverly, and I just had the two twins, so it wasn't just for a movie to get ready for, but it was also because he wanted to live a better quality of
Right.
life. He wanted to dance at his daughter's wedding, daughter's weddings. So I said, okay. So he goes, hey, Beverly mentioned maybe I should consider Pilates. So I had this big grin on my face, and I said, Al, do you know what Pilates is? And he goes, no. I go, well, it's like a bed with springs, and they put these straps around your ankles, and they pull your feet behind your head. He goes, fuck Pilates.
Sounds sexy.
I said, that's right. No, I said, that's right. You're going to train like a man. Weights, cardio, stretch. I'm going to get you fit. I'm going to get you healthy.
Yeah.
So sure enough, that spawned my little one-liner, fuck Pilates. You're going to train like a man.
So funny.
So the clothing line comes out next week.
Oh,
Are you
my
serious?
God.
And Al DM me, and he goes, I remember that day.
Stop it.
It was the funniest thing. So it's like a goof.
No,
product.
right. It's like a
So
play
I have
on, yeah.
the coffee mugs. I've got the
That
cap.
say F Pilates?
But it's
Train like a-
Fuuck. Fuck Pilates, and it has a Pilates girl bending over. And then it says, train like a man, ... Mike Torsha.
Oh my
Well-
god,
And
it was
that's so
hysterical.
much.
It's controversial, but I did it for
No,
that
it's
purpose.
funny.
Right, but it
But
has
it's
a
fun.
story attached.
But a story. It was a story
Yeah.
about the Pacino
I get it, yeah.
situation. So, but everybody, I've gotten hundreds of orders before I even had the product made. I just mentioned it
It's like
one
a
time.
great gag gift.
Right. That's
Yeah.
all it's going to be.
Yeah, totally.
But now I have another one because I have the guy that actually created Watson, one of the AI specialists. He's one of my guests in 2 weeks.
No.
So
cool.
I had mentioned something on my show saying, "Fuck AI," and I made up this little
Right.
tagline, which I'll be announcing soon. So that's going to be my new tagline for all these funny things. But I feel you can't replace the human heart, soul, and mind. You can come up with clever things because AI is good for straight lines, but not for curves and things. So I'm doing this little line of products. It's about AI. And
Okay.
It's going to be really funny with the character sketch after that. But I'm doing some fun things for the fun of it, and then I'm going to be donating money to charities.
That's
to help
amazing.
raise money
Cool.
for a
Yeah.
good purpose, you
Right,
know?
right.
But I just thought I'd come out with these funny little stories and then create little merchandise from the product.
Oh, we love it.
Right.
If you
I
know a
love
guy
it.
that does Pilates, you can get that for them as a gag gift.
Right.
Right.
You know,
sure.
like it's to like tease them.
And one thing I would say is you are 100% right. So the studio that I own is called Grow because I think that it takes a lot to grow into like whatever that looks like for you. But yoga in one form of like exercise, you're right, it doesn't. So like we do stuff with weights now. Like you see that you need to have
change it up.
You have
Well,
to. Like
it's a
as you age too.
Well, it's a fact. Like a lot of the senior programs now have the
Yes.
seniors doing weights at least 2 to 3 times a week because it stimulates bone density, and regulates hormone production, and builds lean muscle tissue.
Yeah.
You need it. You just can't rely on those other exercise modalities. Like for instance, I think of as like yoga, Pilates, and some of these other things. That's when I go out to dinner. I'll have the salad, the appetizer, but the main course is my steak or that piece of
I got
fish.
it.
'cause
Yeah.
that's how I eat, you know? So I think if you do a blend of things,
Yes.
but you have a good portion of your training program weight resistant, it's going to create a chemical reaction in the body that's not just building muscle, hormonal, like I said, and all these other bone density,
Yes.
especially for women.
So I was going to say for
bone
women,
density.
it's so important.
Well, the thing is with women too, like for example, you have women that are addicted to yoga and they go every single day and that's all they do. Or you have women that are addicted to cardio and then every day they're on the treadmill, they're walking, or they're addicted to Pilates and that's all they're doing. And it's like they're wondering why they're plateauing. So like for Marcy and I, like for example, I'll be with a trainer twice a week and then one day I'll do yoga, hot yoga. The next day I'll do the Legree method on the reformer. And then one day I'll do cardio. But for my body, I don't like a lot of cardio. I like to do weights and I don't like to like run and do all these things. And I'm like, I don't want my knees to get, I don't want, when you're running and it's not very comfortable for women sometimes. And
Well, no, it damages the breast tissue.
Yeah, I don't like
your
it.
breasts start to drop. No, seriously.
yeah, I don't like it.
It's a
So sorry, y'all. Marcy, can I just have you scoot in?
Oh,
a
yes,
little
of
bit?
course.
Yeah, you're just kind of getting cut off
I'm
on the
so
camera.
sorry.
No, scoot in, scoot
Yeah.
closer to
Me.
Closer. Okay.
There you go.
Yes.
Closer.
Thank you.
Your chair more.
So sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Whoa.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're just slowly sliding
I
out.
know, it's got comfortable there.
I know.
now we had a hook
say,
pulling you.
I know.
No, but it's true that what happens with the human body is if you're doing
Yeah.
too much cardio, it raises your estrogen level, lowers your testosterone, because even in a woman, you have a certain amount of testosterone, which helps you build muscle. So they're finding when people do excessive cardio,
Yes.
especially after the age of 40, it can be detrimental because then you have higher amounts of estrogen, lower testosterone, you have a higher cortisol, which causes the lower back fat, the fat over here, fat under the neck, the lower back.
Whoa.
So now people, as they get older, they should limit their cardio.
Yep.
So you have to.
And that's different than going for walks. When people say
Oh,
tell
no,
them to go for
it's-
walks, that's not the same.
like
We're not telling
getting your
people
heart
not to
rate
go for
above.
walks.
Not
Yeah.
the same. It's that intense cardio
Intense
for
cardio.
a period of time. Also, cardio should be done more intensely because if you don't elevate the heart level enough, you're not getting the fat burning effect.
So like maybe intervals for just 20 minutes is good.
I always
know?
tell.
What do you recommend?
Okay, so what I usually do is I do a 3-minute warm up, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Then I go for 1 minute straight at an aggressive pace. Then I go for 30 seconds back to a nice, comfortable pace. And then I do that again, and I do that 8 times.
Love
So
that.
if you do that, if you calculate it,
Right.
that's approximately, it's going to be, my workout's done in 18 minutes. That's what to cool down.
That's awesome.
And as you can see,
18-minute
I'm
workout
lean.
sounds dreamy.
I keep a six
I
pack.
know, I have the
very
same
low,
arms, I feel
right?
like.
But I'm methodical about certain amount of it's like when I make my sauce, my Sunday sauce. Certain amount of garlic, a certain amount of basil, pepper, parsley, the blends of meats that I cook with it. It's a recipe.
Right.
So I use certain exercise modalities in my program for my recipe for health and fitness. And I think people should have that same methodology for themselves, because some people may not want to do aggressive cardio. Their cardio would be for pickleball, whatever it may be, or bike ride, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But have that component. But another thing is, you never, ever, ever, ever do cardio before weights. It creates the hormone production
So interesting.
of fat burning, which we call catabolic.
Mm-hmm.
So what the worst thing you could do is like Orange Theory, some of these others where you go back and forth, because you're confusing the body.
Did you know that?
Because what happens is, if you do
I did
cardio,
not.
your body's starting to secrete the catabolic hormone to burn fat. Okay. What happens is, as soon as you start lifting weights, it stops the secretion of the fat burning and then starts secreting just anabolic.
Okay.
Then if you do weights and then go back and do the treadmill like the Orange Theories or some of these others, then it shuts off the production of anabolic, go back to catabolic. So what you're better off to doing is the anabolic exercise, which is the weight resistant movements first. After 20 minutes, your body starts to dip into the fat stores and will also burn the glycogen. But the first 20 minutes, your body is only burning glycogen. Okay,
This is
so
really good
why
advice.
not use the
Right.
first 20 minutes for that glycogen for the
right.
weights, because it's more intense. By the time you get done with 45 minutes of exercise, your body is burning 70% fat at that point and 30% of the glycogen. So basically, you go to higher fat burning the longer you go. So that means if you
Wow.
do the cardio towards the end, you're all burning fat, baby.
Yeah.
Instead of burning your sugar and maybe
Yeah.
half and half. So that's why I tell people, do the cardio at the end. It's more efficient. You have a more intense workout. You have more energy. You have all those glycogen stores. They're going to provide you the energy you need for the weight training, and then go into the cardio, and then you do your stretch to release the lactic acid.
Do you really
and-
stretch? Because I feel like men don't stretch.
Oh, I stretch throughout the whole workout.
Oh, okay.
So if I'm doing chest, in between the set, I stretch it out, so I don't have to do it at the end.
He's
So
a
I
big
combine.
multitasker. it
Yeah.
sounds
Well,
like.
But it's so important, too.
I don't look for shortcuts. I find ways to be more efficient in my workout.
Yeah.
So I found that if, while I'm resting, I stretch that
Yeah.
muscle group that I'm training, that means I just save 20 minutes of stretching at the end.
Love it.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of things to do during the day.
Same.
And if I can save 20 minutes, and get a more efficient workout,
Then
and
why
if you
not?
know what, it's better stretching the muscle that you're training at that time, because it increases the blood flow. You recuperate faster. That means you can move faster.
Right.
So
Right.
then even the workout becomes shorter and more effective. I look for ways to make it more effective, not to get done early.
Right.
That's not my goal.
No,
Is to
but
have
just to increase time productivity. But here's the thing too: do you eat before you work out?
Always. Always, always.
So
Fasting,
I don't
dieting.
like eating. Okay, I don't like eating before workout. But what I've been doing now is doing this bone broth I have. It's just bone broth. It's not sodium, anything. It's just purely bone broth. 0 grams of sodium, 0 grams of anything. It's just bone broth. And it has 15 grams in 1 scoop, and then I do it before my workout. Is that okay?
Well, here's a good thing: is if you do the bone broth, that's fine. I would take BCAAs, which is branched chain amino acids. That's because when you take the branched chain amino acids prior to your workout, you have a positive nitrogen balance throughout the whole workout. That means immediately as you're breaking it down, it's repairing at the same time.
Branched chain amino
Amino
acids.
acids.
Is that like a powder or something?
BCAAs. You can either get the powder or you can get the capsules. I
Okay.
usually take the capsules. I take my double espresso before I hit the gym. I have a positive nitrogen balance for my workout. Then I have really good, well-balanced meal after the workout.
Right,
But
after.
what you want to do is fuel the body. See, I believe in
Yeah.
fueling the body because I train like a warrior in the gym.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours. It's super intense. If I don't have a well-balanced meal, there's no way in hell.
Before or after?
No, before. I fuel
What's
the body.
meal? Give us a meal.
For me, I have four whole eggs, 2 whites. I have either a bowl of oatmeal with toasted almonds and some blueberries or strawberries, or I'll have like Dave's bread's really good.
Yeah, killer
Delicious,
bread.
right?
You know he made that in jail. or
Yeah, I
something
know.
like
I
that.
love that story.
The killer.
Really? I
Yeah, he
didn't
was a
know.
killer or something. I don't know. Maybe
I don't-
maybe I'm misquoting it, but
No,
he
no,
was in
but-
jail.
No, but no, but
for money laundering. I
gotta
think.
tell you
Killer, something.
Whatever it is, the bread's
Look it up
great.
on Google.
It's like-
Don't use my
What do you think about
information.
creatine?
Creatine is good, but you have to cycle it. Also, if you don't take it with enough carbohydrate, it won't load in properly. So you have to take it properly. But creatine is only one molecule away from arsenic.
Yikes.
So it can get carcinogenic. It can get dangerous if you don't do it right, if you take it too long a period of time, and it's not as effective. But it loads up the cells. You get fuller, you get stronger, but also you get bloated.
Yes, that's what
So
You're
I tell
complaining
people,
to use creatine?
Yes.
I tell people don't do it because especially if you're a fitness model or you're a lean
Yeah.
person,
Most protein powders have
your
sodium
pants will
too.
get tight.
Yes.
You'll feel like a little watery. You'll start going, what's happening? So the creatine is maybe for athletes or younger people.
Okay.
But if you're maintaining a lean body, it's not going to make that much of a difference that it's going to be so substantial. And I would not want to sacrifice my vascularity, my skin tightness.
Yeah.
And it gives you a little bit of a bloat look.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I notice it.
I would love to let people that are listening that if they do use protein powder to make sure you check the sodium content, because I had a boyfriend that was so into working out. I was a lot younger and we'd always go to the gym, and then before we'd go on a boat or do something in a bikini and a bathing suit, we would take, we'd make a protein shake, and I'm like, why does he look bloated and I look bloated? We just had a protein shake. And then I realized that it's so much sodium in the protein. So now I don't have protein unless it's 60 grams or less of sodium. I won't do it.
Yeah, no, you have to
And the
watch
bone
it.
broth has none.
And then, but also too, there's so many really great brands of protein that's derived from different things, where some people just can't take whey, even if it's got low sodium.
Right.
Right.
Whey can cause inflammation.
I use whey, but
okay?
grass fed.
But some
whatever.
people
Yeah.
no.
But
So
now
it-
I've switched to the bone broth because it has whey. My whey had, I think, 20 grams for one scoop. The bone broth has 15, but I can add another half scoop if I want, whatever.
But I
and-
think if you get the BCA powder or the
BCA
capsules,
powder. Okay.
I got to tell you something. You're gonna have vicious pumps.
Yeah, what a
Yeah,
vicious
I'm
pump.
excited.
And all of a sudden you
I
go,
want to work out with him.
I know.
well, there's power. No, you have more
yeah,
power,
right.
Because you now have a positive
Yeah.
nitrogen balance in your bloodstream throughout the whole workout.
LFG.
That's
Right?
awesome.
So you feel empowered in the workout. I have so many people of all ages that are doing it now. They're like, my God, I can't believe
So
it.
send us, after the show, send us a good
Yeah.
link to a good brand.
I definitely will
Yeah.
hook you up with that. And it's not expensive.
Okay.
You can get it online.
Let's not talk
Amazon.
about expensive. We just went to Erewhon today, and I bought a $50 bottle of sea moss. Why?
Well, you know what? I like Erewhon.
Yeah.
I mean, they have lots of really great foods to select from. So, like
It's
that
very
day,
expensive.
you know that restaurant you went to? Did you hear what happened? I tried to get something to eat there.
At the Milo and Olive.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I told him, I said, I want a nice mixed green salad. okay?
Right.
And I said, can I just get maybe some grilled salmon, some chicken? No.
It's a pizza place.
No, they said, all we have is meatballs. I go, no, I don't want a meatball. You don't have chicken breast back
You're
there?
Italian. Why don't you want a meatball?
No, but listen, I'm picky with it. I saw how they were making it back then.
No one has meatballs.
No, but you know what? I mean, listen, my grandmother, Sicilian grandmother, those, let me tell you something. Rails has nothing on my grandmother's meatballs. My
sure.
grandmother's meatball, you can cut it with a fork.
Yes. That's where my
It's so
family's from,
tender.
Sicily.
It's so delicious.
So good.
I'm spoiled. I'm sorry. Unless I make the meatballs, then it's different.
100%.
But
We'll stick to grandma's meatballs, but I will say the pizza at that place is unreal. They ferment the dough for 48 hours, which makes you less bloated. And the process is kind of like wine. I have wine, and I was so intrigued by this fermentation process. I mean, it's amazing.
no, listen.
really
the
interesting.
pizza,
So cool.
the pizza looked good and the pasta looked good, but the problem was, I just came from the gym,
I know.
Right.
and after you pump iron, you're craving protein.
You are.
Yeah,
The rest
yeah.
of us are craving carbs.
At least I am. I was like, So I
Like,
ran.
just hand me a bagel.
So I told Christine, I said, I'll be right back. I gotta get something to eat.
Where'd you go?
Erewhon.
So
So
funny.
what
What
did
did
I
you
try?
get?
So
It was so funny. So I was so hungry because I was waiting so long. So I said, okay, I'll have that piece of salmon. Oh, that tri-tip tray. Give me the rarest. Oh, those chicken thighs look great. Pull the skin off. I want that.
That's so
then I got the grilled asparagus.
I know.
I had like a feast. I was like, I had all this food.
I
This one guy
know.
goes, are you going to eat all that food? I go, hell yeah. I'm
And you
hungry.
did?
I ate it all.
How much did it cost you?
I never keep track, but it was. I don't even keep.
Oh, I
don't-
love a
what
man
do
that
you call
doesn't
it?
keep
No, I
track of
don't
what
keep-
things cost.
No, I don't do that. I don't read the
Are
price.
you
I don't
single?
keep-
Shall we set you up?
Very single. No, but I don't look at the
Yeah,
prices.
right.
Because my belief is,
amazing.
my mantra is, I will not put anything in my body unless it adds value.
Correct.
I don't have people in my life that don't add value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had enough people that try to leech on.
Correct.
Because I work with a lot of high-profile celebrities, a lot of rich people.
Yeah.
And their intentions are not pure. Put it that way.
Yeah, but it's easy to
But
it's easy to point those people out the older you get, right?
Oh yeah, I got good at it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I did, but I know that for a fact is, you have to. Even Arnold, when I was 15 years old, I met him for the first time. He says, "Little crow girl," he goes, keep away.
Nope.
from,
Do the accent if you're gonna do Arnold.
little crow girl, you have to stay away from the leeches. You'll be a champion bodybuilder someday, and you got to watch. People are gonna be around you. They're going to want to use you. And then so.
That was
Yeah,
brilliant.
right?
Really good.
That was
No,
so
but I'm
good.
around him so much. He's like,
He's just swallowing the
get to
oxygen.
the chopper. Get to the chopper. You know.
That's special. On
I know that. I
Amazing.
love that commercial with Farmers Insurance. Where they,
Oh my gosh, that's
is
awesome.
it Farmers? I think so. But no, but he's such a funny guy. But he told me when I was a little kid. He said, "Listen, anybody, I don't care if it's your mother, your father, or your uncle, aunt, your friends, if they don't believe in your bodybuilding, walk away from them. Don't
Yeah.
talk to them. Don't listen to them. You know."
Yeah.
But it's true. So a person can be toxic. You know.
Yep.
The show's about living well and thriving. You want to be around positive people. You want to ingest things that are good for the body.
Yes, no sugar, low sulfites.
Well, right.
I
Well,
mean-
my father said, wine is an enzyme.
Yeah.
It helps you digest the food. You drink it for the enjoyment, but it's also a beautiful beverage that you can
Jesus
enjoy.
drank wine.
Right. So for
Yeah.
me, I made wine when my father was 8 years old. We had a wine cellar.
Wow.
So my father would make sure I had like a little bit of this every Sunday from our private stash. So I've been drinking wine
What a
since I
great
was 8 years old.
memory.
You know, what's so funny. I watch
Right.
these guys like Peter Attia and Uberman. Now the whole thing is, don't drink alcohol. It's going to kill you.
I know.
You could have shortened your life. So I want to tell you something. If I stopped all the things they told me between the wine, the cigar smoking, and all this other crazy shit, I'd be dead by now.
Yeah, you know what?
Right,
Okay,
right,
so here's the thing.
right.
He has a point there, and it's so great if people want to not drink alcohol, right? Because there are people that are prone to say alcoholism or drug addiction or whatever it is, and there's a lot of people now that have kicked that habit that have now turned into like, you know, like they don't want to put any toxins. They've gone all the health route, and that's great, right? But that doesn't mean to say people that do choose to partake in wine or have tequila, which is plant-based or whatever it is, I don't know, people eating the gummies, whatever, that they can't do that and they shouldn't look, you know, be frowned upon if they are, because if you do your research and you find out that Greek people and people in Europe live the longest lives, what do they do a lot? What do they do a lot?
They smoke and they drink and have a good time.
They
Have a good
drink
time.
a
It's
lot
your
of
lifestyle.
wine
It's your- it's
and
happiness.
they
But,
digest
but
a lot of
you hit it.
olive oil
Yeah.
Happiness.
and happiness.
Happiness.
Right.
So
and
my-
olive oil and wine.
No, I agree because
True.
I have olive oil and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I love-
Totally.
even my eggs, I use the olive oil because I don't use the spray.
No.
The vegetable spray. The propellant is toxic to the lungs,
Right.
to the
Right.
bloodstream. So what are you doing? You're poisoning your body.
Right.
So I use olive oil. I love olive oil. I put it on a paper towel. I put it on my stainless steel, cooking pan. Not this Teflon shit.
Manly
Right.
pan.
Yeah, cook like a man, right?
That's the next
love
one.
it.
That's the next one. But no, but I try to do everything I can to have healthy things in my kitchen, in my
Yeah.
home, in my life. So this way you live a better quality of life. Because my whole thing
Totally.
is, look, maybe if I stopped this and that, I'd live, a little bit longer. I'd rather live to fucking 88, 82, 88, whatever it is, and have a full life, enjoy myself,
Yeah.
have beautiful wine and beautiful
Totally.
women in my life, beautiful people, enjoy life, than living like that nut,
Right.
that guy.
Right.
He's a tech
Going
billionaire.
to sleep at like 5.
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
And,
socially.
and he's doing transfusions with his son blood.
What's
that's
his
like-
name again?
Oh, I forget. his
Okay, so anyway, this guy started this company. It's called the Rejuvenation Olympics, and it's a competition where people compete to see how when they first take a test, they get their biological age, and then they have to do the next result, and whoever dramatically increases the most is at the top of the leaderboard. And it's like everybody
Really?
doing this.
This is like what's that show? Like that crazy show.
It's like a lot of these crazy shows. I don't know.
crazy. That's scary.
But no, so I did the test by True Diagnostics. I took the blood test, and I was telling you about it. I was confused with my results because I take shots of olive oil every day. The governor's my favorite. Like a cancer doctor started this company, and she found the olive oil, and she bought every olive oil in the world, and she put cancer cells in a petri dish, and then she did her test, and she said the governor was the only one that got rid of them all. So I'm like, okay, so I do the olive oil every day, dose daily for the liver. I'm like working out. The only thing I don't get enough is sleep, and she always gets on my case for that. But I have 2 young kids, and I'm a single mom, so.
No, well, listen, let me tell you something.
That's just tough.
The sleep, the sleep is something.
I only
you
get
gotta-
6 hours a day.
I told her.
Well, 6 hours is okay, but if you can get that extra hour, it'd
She
be
gets
great.
8.
Hey, that's great. That's great.
Last
you can
night
tell with
she's
her
like,
skin. Look at it.
I don't think
We're
so.
sharing. We're
I'm
we're
just
staying in a
refuse
hotel
to, like-
together.
yeah.
She's like, I need my sleep. It's dark, and I need my 8 hours. And she's asleep by like 9, and I'm like, I can't go to sleep at 9 p.m. I'm in LA.
I wear this. I don't know if you wear any. I wear the Whoop, so it tells me when I don't like do all these things.
Rascal
well,
over
too.
here.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh no, I didn't get a sleep recovery of 90%. I'm like, and then I
She's
feel like
like
I'm
a
in
B
trouble.
plus in sleeping on her report card, and I'm like an F.
I
You
told her
know?
though that she's got to do a
No,
little
but
bit better with the
if
sleep.
you can somehow listen, if you can't, try to take only a 20-minute cat nap.
That's right.
No
I
more.
can't rest. My body does not feel tired until around 11:30, 12, no matter anything. I don't know why.
But did you know this is a fact? Both Thomas Edison and also a few other I think it was also Thomas Jefferson.
I know what you're gonna say because I read the same book.
They would carry a pillow and a blanket, and when they would go to sleep, it didn't matter where they were. They'd sleep wherever they
real?
were. Oh yeah, they were known for a
Yeah,
fact.
yes.
For a fact, especially Thomas Edison. They always knew that he would come with a pillow and a blanket.
So he took many naps.
He always believed, listen to your body, and when it tells you to sleep, you should sleep, even if it's 2:00 in the afternoon, 8:00 at night, or no matter time. Because if you listen to your body, you don't have to be just having 8 hours sleep a night. He
Yeah.
felt you sleep to whatever time, you get up and you work. And then you
Right.
sleep whenever your body feels it, you sleep.
Yeah,
You
I don't
listen.
take naps.
No.
But if I take a 20-minute nap, I'm fine. But if it goes beyond that,
no,
I'm
no,
cranky.
no. You can't do more than 20 because then it actually slows down your metabolism, throws off your
And you get
bio-
cranky.
Yeah, you do. It throws off your clock.
Yes.
Your body chemistry.
The rest
yeah.
of the
Yeah,
day's
that's
ruined.
they call them power naps. Like you
Right,
could
but
rest
that's
your
why
brain.
you do 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
basically, what I do is, if I feel I've had a long day, I will take even my car. I put the seat down for 20 minutes, and I know in my head the 20 minutes is up.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
But this is why I like, for example, in Spain, they have like the siesta and all that. Why can't we just have like the country just have a national nap time for adults? Why can't it be like 3:00? Okay, everyone, it's nap time, and like from 3 to 3:30, that's your like we all nap
Well, you know
together.
what's so funny
I
is-
like to do
Really
things
funny.
with
This
people.
would be nice though.
Elon Musk has resting capsules,
I love that.
and he has it so his employees can actually take a nap.
He's
in
so crazy.
No,
I love him.
he's next level.
Amazing.
No, seriously, he already has it.
I want my
And
kid to go to the school at Tesla.
With Tesla and SpaceX, he has
Right.
these napping capsules.
Yeah.
So if the employees feel they're tired, they have within the right to go take a nap.
It's freaking amazing.
You know, because you got to remember, he has also coders that work throughout the night too.
Right.
So he feels important that they have rest. Otherwise, they can't function.
Yeah, because he has serious things that he's building, whereas the rest of America wants people to just work, and
Right.
and they almost make fun of you if you say you're tired, and they're like, "Well, I got up at 3 a.m. and I went to bed at this time, and I already did my workout, and it's 6, and it's like something to brag about, and it's like, come on,
Hey, how many times, 2,
Hmm.
3 o'clock, you're like,
yes,
How-
afternoon slump.
How many times?
how
right?
are you going to function? How are you,
You don't
going to
want
be
me
optimal?
driving in the afternoon because if it's a sunny day, beautiful weather, and I'm driving, I will fall asleep.
Yeah.
So I don't drive. I always have someone drive me because when I used to drive back and forth from college to go back home on a 4-hour drive, I would have to blast the AC, blast the music, call my mom. I'm like, I don't want to die. Like she's like, pull over. I'm like, but then I don't want to waste time. I want to get home.
No. Well, listen. I want to thank you both for coming on. This was fun. It kind of
Thank
we went in
you.
a few different directions, but you know what? It's all cool shit that people want
know.
to talk about
Right.
and want to know. We covered a lot of things.
And are we gonna drink Sip Channe tonight at Craig's?
That's it. We're gonna have to have this beautiful wine tonight
From
at Craig's.
Saint Tropez, no sugar, low sulfites.
I
I
love
brought
it.
it for you.
Thank you.
Because I know you're a guy that cares about what he puts in his
I
body.
do. Only things that add value.
Exactly.
Your wine does.
So tonight we can drink this at Craig's, and
Yes.
tomorrow morning you're going to come on a hike with us.
Okay.
Done?
Done. You
Not
got a
too much
deal.
cardio.
Not so much cardio, promise. I want to thank you for tuning in to Live Well and Thrive. And please remember, subscribe. We need your support. Thank you.